Hi, I'm Liz with Toth Properties, powered by EXP Realty. I'm a residential real estate agent in the Raleigh, Durham area, and I am here with my latest real estate market update. We are about halfway through June, and a lot has been going on. I wanted to talk a little bit about what's happened in the Triangle historically, what's going on today, and cover some of the hot topics in the news today, like mortgage rates and talks of a recession. So I'm going to share my screen and get right into it. This data is for the entire Triangle region. It's through May of 2022, and we're going to compare to May of last year. The first thing I would note is that new listings are up almost 11%. This is the opposite of what we have been seeing for the last year. In most cases, new listings were down. So this is a refreshing change to see an increase when compared to last year. We've also seen the same trend continue that we've seen the last few months, where month over month, new listings are increasing. So February to March, we saw it increase, March to April, and now April going into May, we're seeing a strong increase in new listings. When you look at April, there was just shy of 4,800 new listings on the market. When we look at May, over 6,300 new listings on the market. That's over a 30% increase in new listings. This is great news because we still have very strong buyer demand, and we still have a lot of people moving to the area, and they all need homes. Our homes are still selling fast. From the time they come on the market until they go under contract is about 10 days. Compared to last year, it's down. Last year it was about 2 weeks. And then our month supply of inventory, we're at 0.9, so less than a 1 month supply of inventory. It's up a little bit from last year. It was 0.6 last year. However, less than a month supply is still not enough homes to meet all the buyer demand. And we are a long way from being out of a seller's market, I would say. A normal market is about 6 months. So we're a long way from that. So I anticipate it's going to continue to be a seller's market for a long time. With the building inventory, it may not be as frantic and as fast paced as it has been for the last year or so. What's going on today in the real estate market? I narrowed down to just Wake, Chatham, and Durham counties because that's where I sell a lot. We have over 2,300 homes available for sale, either in the active status or in coming soon. Under contract, we have just under 5,200 homes currently under contract. And then closed so far this month, we're about halfway through June, just over 1,100 homes closed. So now I wanted to shift and talk a little bit about what's gone on in the news, because I get a lot of questions on this stuff. So starting with mortgage rates, and this is an old slide. So this is from June 2nd. And at the beginning of June, we sort of felt like rates had stabilized. They were in the fives and they were staying in the fives. But as you know, this last week, rates have gone up again. So now we're in the mid sixes. So I would say that, one, it's going to affect purchasing power. So if you're in the market today, check in with your lender and just make sure that it hasn't affected anything for you. Two, I would say don't step out of the market. We don't see any indicators that would lead us to believe the market is going to go down. So the sooner you can get in the market and purchase a home, you're going to lock in your fixed costs and protect yourself from future price increases. So the other thing is, I would say you're not married to your rate for the rest of your life. So if you get in at 6.5%, rates are going to go up and down over time. So in a couple years, you might be able to refinance at a lower rate. And this next chart shows what's happened since December. So you can see in December, this is a big change. So to go from about 3%, and then we got up into April, we were at 5%, and then we were staying in the fives. And then as of June 2nd, we were just over 5. And then obviously this week, all of that has changed. I get this question a lot. Are we in a housing market correction? Are we in a bubble? Are we going to see what happened in 2008 happen again? The answer is no. A correction is a decline of more than 10%. So we haven't seen that in the area. We may not be seeing as huge of an increase as we did last year, but we are still seeing an increase in home prices and appreciation. So we are not in a housing correction. We're not in a bubble because lending standards have remained strict, and we also don't have the inventory anywhere near the amount of housing inventory we did in 2008. So we are not in a housing bubble either. And this little chart over here shows what all the experts, these are all people that are smarter than me, what they're forecasting to happen with home prices this year. So all the experts are anticipating a strong increase in home prices in 2022. If you average all of them out, it's about a 9% increase. So The experts are even indicating strong increases this year in home prices. Lots of talk of a recession, and recessions make people nervous, especially a lot of the folks that lived through 2008 and had a home and may have been affected by it. When people start talking about a recession, people automatically think that that's going to impact the housing market. History shows us that is actually not the case. So out of the last 6 recessions, the housing market was only impacted in 2. 1991, it was down under 2%. And then obviously 2008, there was a lot of stuff going on in 2008. They were down almost 20%. We're not in the same situation we were in 2008. So we don't anticipate, if there is a recession, we don't anticipate it necessarily mean that we will see a decline in housing prices. So 4 out of the last 6 recessions, the housing market actually increased in value. So hopefully this information is helpful to you. If you are looking for information that's more specific to your neighborhood or your home, feel free to reach out. If you want more information on the Raleigh-Durham area and communities in the area or previous market updates, feel free to follow my YouTube channel. I look forward to talking to you again soon, and I hope you have a great day.